Hello there, Vic Benedict here. We're playing Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition on Dante Must Die difficulty, and this is my SSS-Rank guide and walkthrough. We're currently on mission 11 of 20. It is entitled The Ninth Circle. So in respect to the score, stylish points, you'll need 11,500, and you will need to clear the stage in 21 minutes. This stage is a blast. I love this stage. This is probably my favorite stage, and I wanted to spend more time with it and do no damage, but it just came to the point of I wanted to move on. But let's talk about this fight over here. You've got two Mephistos, and you have no camera control anywhere on this level for fights, so you need to choose where you be very advantageously. So this is what I'll help you with. You want to kill the Mephistos more or less at the same time, because as soon as you kill one, you'll spawn a Faust. And you never want to fight a Faust, anyway in this game, because they're so bitchy. But if you have somebody else with him, it's going to be even more bad for you, with conflicting lock-on and things like that. But if you stay towards the bottom and to the right and to the any side of the extreme perimeter on that fight, he can't get on the screen too easily. So there are ways, even though you can't control the camera, that doesn't mean you can't control your place and where you're positioned. So wherever he's at, just make sure you're at the opposite side, and you will have enough time to charge your gun, and 2 charge shots should take him down. If that doesn't work, try a level 2 shot or a level 1, and it should finish the job. And then even though he bounces out of the arena, you can grab him, and this goes for the Mephistos too. You can grab them out of the arena and pull them into where you can actually work with them. And as you saw there, the showdown was the move that I chose to do, and it actually took him down in one session. So remember earlier I was talking about you could probably do that dude in one session after you drop him out of his cloak, and that was the way to do it right there. So my first couple of tribulations on this chapter, like a couple years ago when I was first starting this chapter, was or mission, was I had a hard time with the platforming, and here I'm having some conflicting problems with the lock-on. I've got type 3 lock-on right now, meaning that I target enemies that are closest to me, and because I was at those grappling points, the game thought that I wanted to target it rather than the enemies, because those were closer to me than the enemies. Even though I think that those things should not be taken into account during a fight. But what can you do? Nothing's perfect. Have I spoken of the lock-on types? I think I have, but I'll just tell you what they are real quickly. The first lock-on priority setting gives you a lock-on priority of any enemy that you press the left stick towards. The other one is any enemy that is in front of you. So any enemy in front of you, they'll give you the priority. And then the other one is the one that I have on now, is gives priority to targets that are closest to you. So that can result in things like this, where it's targeting these grim grip points, or it could actually help a little bit more. Don't forget that cache right there. It could help prevent the game from targeting things that are clear on the other side of the screen, and irrelevant things. That's why I chose to have this one. I do cycle back and forth between them depending on how I'm doing and how I'm feeling with the gameplay. But what I was saying a moment ago was that I had trouble with the platforming on this part and using the grim grip points. This orb is very strange to get. You have to go up here and then use the snatch to get it. You have to be facing either left or forward. Forward as in facing the screen, like the viewer. So it's quite strange, but I don't know what it is about this stage. I really like this stage. I had so much fun on this stage. I had a really good fight with the boss too. There's also a scrap of devil trigger to the bottom right. To the bottom left, there's a scrap of health, and now we've got these enemies over here. So it's It is possible for these guys. Well, first of all, there's only Bianco Angelos right now. Look at this. This game is just pure fucking fun. I love that. I love doing the caliber too. The caliber makes you feel like you're flying. This game is so fantastic. But in order to get the enemies to throw that energy sphere, you do need to have one of the. When you start the fight, you have to kill one of the Bianco Angelos to spawn in an Alto Angelo. And I think they're gonna do it. Here we go. There really is no trick to doing that. When you're standing there waiting for them to throw it, it doesn't matter whom you're targeted on. So don't worry. That was my big mistake when I was starting to do that. When I learned how to do it, I thought I had to like target the ball or target the one on the ground or something, and it wouldn't work. So the targeting there is irrelevant. All you have to do is just stand in front of it and at least make sure you're holding the target button, right bumper. But beyond that, it doesn't require a very precise play. So that is it. Here we go. Now we're backtracking, and the fight before Sanctus is optional. And as far as I saw, it is a never-ending fight with puppets and knights, so fuck them. Here we go. Fight this guy. If you need practice on this guy, you can go to mission 20. It's a more direct fight, and it has the ability to be quickly played, and you can learn this boss very easily. I do a no damage fight on this boss on this guy. I haven't done it yet, but I've done it before, and it's quite manageable to do that. You need to Excalibur over to him. If you have the double trigger on, that's even better. Keep your gun charged. The only time you'll need your gun is when you hit him out of his halo. You can just nail him with that real quickly and then snatch him over to you. Double trigger, and then you can launch him. You can just grab him. That was a mistake of the lock-on right there. I'm not saying that I should have been not hit right there, but his words will dictate what he does. He'll say, I don't know all of his keywords, but he does that ground streak, which is 2 in number. He does this energy pool in front of him with electricity. He does his spheres that he throws out. I think they're 3 in number. On the final boss, they move up to 5, but I think on this fight it's just 3. I could be wrong about that. But you see those things that are in front of him, the satellites, you don't have to lock onto those unless you want to. It's way, way better to just Excalibur over to him. And you always want to have the sword charged. If you're in a pinch, use the roulette spin. If you're going to fall on the ground and something is like an AoE might hit you, just try to stay in the air by continually hitting or using the roulette spin or doing the double trigger burst. Oh, he also does that electric rain, so it's quite easy to dodge. All you have to do is wait for it for 1 moment and then dodge once, and then you're pretty much safe. As long as you dodge the first one, it's pretty liberal about not killing you or whatever, conservative. But I took a risk on this boss fight when the statue slams his hand. Okay, so that's a cutscene. It's not a checkpoint. Once the cutscene ends and then he does that for the first time, just stand where you are and you don't get hit. That's not something that you interact with. But each time you hit him out of his sphere and his halo now, instead of being grabbable, he's going to go into the statue or, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know what it is anymore, but it looks like a statue to me. See, that's the big problem right there, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But he goes into this thing, and then you have to buster the hand that tries to hit you, and then you can do this. You can nail him. I'm not sure if air bustering him does more damage. It'd be nice to know, so I could always do it. But there's a conflict when I'm trying to jump. I don't always hold the lock on. So to do the caliber, you have to do the lock on. So when I'm jumping around, I have to land and then jump again to do the caliber, and that's why I messed up earlier and took damage. And they actually fixed that in DMC5, but it's always been a big problem for me. I actually got him Busted 4 times with the hand. I'm usually not very precise with it, but I could have had the fight ended on the next buster, but something happened and I wasn't able to buster him. So it's very simple. Excalibur over to him, and then the roulette spin, followed by a couple more hits with Devil Trigger, and that should definitely take him out. Now he is Devil Trigger, and he's got a little bit more speed, but he doesn't have many more moves up his sleeve. In fact, he's got none. He retreated up to the statue, and we're going to see if we can hit it. There we go. This could have easily have ended the fight. I'm not sure. Yeah, they gave me the normal amount of time. I just failed to do a final grab on him. The fight could have ended. You don't have to do this 4 times, but 1, 2, 3, 1. Yeah, he's got. It's really not anything to worry about when he's Devil Triggered. It's all the same stuff. But now you might say to yourself, what if that statue hit you a single time? Would you have tolerated that in your walkthrough? Would you have been embarrassed? The answer is I definitely would not have tolerated it. I would have been embarrassed. And everything's got to be perfect in my fucking guide. Man, oh man, I hate being me. I really do. But it's at times like this that I like being me. It's fun. This chapter is just goddamn pure fun. I love it. It's a great boss, too. Okay, let's see how we did. We needed to do that within 21 minutes, I believe. We did it in 1354. We had nearly 20,000 stylish points. We only needed, what? Wasn't that 11k only? And we found all of the orbs. Good deal. Good deal on a great fight. I'll see you in the next mission, Mission 12. Please take care.